Yo, it's your boys back from Straight Smoke Gaming. Today you get J Cut, not Orb. This is just J Cut by himself. As you know, the NFL draft just happened, so that we are going to be going over the winners and losers of the draft. And the draft there was really no losers, or there was losers, but there was no like Fs, like horrible. Now, if I had to rank this, I would say the winners are probably A pluses to Bs, and then B minuses to probably a C's, like in between. We're not going to go over that. We're going over the 8 winners and 8 losers, and anything below that is going to be a loser. So now let's get right into this. The first winner is going to be the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens with they had the 27th overall pick, and they had a lot of team needs: edge rusher, O-line, D-line, safety, and wide receiver. They went ahead and drafted Rashad Bateman. Throughout the draft, they got all other team needs. They drafted someone of everyone that they needed for team needs. And some of the other guys that they drafted that I like, there's Bateman, Wallace, the other wide receiver they got, Ben Cleveland, Sean Wade, the corner. They all around just added a bunch of pieces, offensively and defensively. They also added a linebacker / edge rusher from Penn State in the first round as well. They drafted him 31st overall. I like him too. I think Bateman stands out the most. That's what really makes them a winner, is getting him as late as they did. He's supposed to go a lot earlier, but he fell, so that is awesome. Next one that was a winner, I'd say the Panthers were. Panthers, they had to get offensive line, corner, wide receiver, safety, and tight end. Throughout the draft, they got everything but a safety. That's the only one they were missing. And the guys that they got that I liked that they got were J.C. Horn, Terrence Marshall Jr., and Tommy Tremble. I liked all of them, really. Terrence Marshall, he's going to fit in perfectly with the loss of Curtis Samuel. That defense, you're getting J.C. Horn. He's going to help guard Mike Evans, all the other good wide receivers in that division. He's going to be really good. I like where they got him. Him and Surtain, I don't think, are too far off in skill. It's basically just which one would you rather want, who do you think is going to be better. They obviously thought J.C. Horn was. I like that. I'm also a big Tommy Tremble fan. Next one we're going to be talking about is the Browns. The Browns are winners mainly because of what they did in the second round by trading up the draft. JOK, linebacker, he was falling because of, I think it was health concerns, something like that. But anyway, he was still one of the best in the draft. He's going to help them a lot, especially because their team needs were edge rusher, which he can do that. Cornerback, they got a corner in the first round. Linebacker, JOK can do that too. D-tackle and O-line. They did end up drafting all of them. They got everything that they needed throughout the draft as a team need. But the two that stand out to me are Greg Newsome, who's I think he'll benefit going against 2s with Denzel Ward going against 1s. And JOK, he's going to fit him perfectly with that pass rush and his athleticism. He can drop back, pass coverage. He can run up, get sacks. He can play the typical linebacker. He can basically do whatever you need him to. He's going to fit perfectly in on that defense. Now the next one is the Lions. They are also draft winners. Penei Sewell fell to 7. He's going to help them a lot. That is a franchise tackle they got. Throughout the draft, they also needed to get O-line, which they got, corner, safety, linebacker, wide receiver. They got everything but a safety, but that's all right because all around, I think their draft was really, really good. The corner they got at 101, I like him a lot. He could fit in perfectly. I was looking at some comparisons, and I liked his comparisons to Tremaine Johnson, former Ram. I liked him a lot. I also like the wide receiver they got, St. Brown. He's going to be awesome there with everyone else. He's a slot guy, perfect fit in. I think Goff will like him. And then they also got that tackle to protect Goff. So, yeah, no, the Lions had an all-around good draft. One of the 8 winners that I'm picking. So, yeah, I like it a lot. I think they will have a big impact. The Chargers are the next team. Rashad Slater, that's who they drafted with their first round pick. He's going to fit in perfectly because their number one need was actually O-line. They also needed a corner, which they got in the second round. They also needed a tight end, safety, and D-line. They ended up getting all those people, the first 2 rounds. They got the first 2 needs, but they ended up getting everything but a D-line. That's the only thing they missed out on. But the other guy that they drafted that I really like at tight end is Trey McKitty out of Georgia. I really like him a lot. He's going to fill in for the loss of, was it Hunter Henry? Yeah, they lost Hunter Henry in offseason. He's going to fit in perfectly for the loss of Hunter Henry with the good wide receivers they have in the run game, and he's going to make a nice target for Justin Herbert. With the good wide receivers, he should be able to get schemed open because they're focused on Keenan Allen. Now, the next winner is the Jets. You guys are probably thinking this is an obvious pick because they had a second overall, but that's not even it. I did like Zach Wilson. I think he's really fit for today because he can run, but I like them trading up to get Elijah Vera Tucker. He's going to help with that line, protect him. I also like what they did in the second round, getting Elijah Moore, give him another weapon. Elijah Moore had a first-round grade on him in some mocks, so who knows? He fell, though. And I also like Michael Carter, the running back they drafted at 107. Throughout the draft, the Jets' team needs were corner, quarterback, O-line, edge rusher, and tight end. They got everything but one. All around, I really like the first 4 picks of the draft. I think that's going to help them a lot. Their defense really isn't that bad. It's mainly that offense, and I think these guys that they added will help them a lot. You get another pass catcher with a new quarterback and a better line. The Vikings are the next team that is also considered winners, in my opinion. They added Christian Darrisaw at 23. He fell a lot. That is a huge steal, considering Vikings team need number 1 was O-line, edge rushers number 2, safety 3, linebacker 4, quarterback 5. They ended up getting all that throughout the draft. The one quarterback that they drafted that I really like is Kellen Mond out of Texas A&M. Like him a lot. They're like preparing for the future with if something goes wrong with Kirk Cousins. He's going to sit behind Kirk Cousins, learn a little bit. And then also to help that offensive line more, they got Wyatt Davis out of Ohio State, offensive guard. The addition of those 2 linemen are like trying to show that they're trying to give a better run game and give Kirk Cousins better protection total because they added Justin Jefferson. They still have Thielen, so the longer you give him, more time he's got to throw and better run game too. The last winner I have is the Patriots. This is also probably another obvious one to you, but it's not for the obvious pick that you probably think. I do like Mac Jones. He's going to fit in really good. He's really built for Bill Belichick offense. Their total team needs were quarterback, wide receiver, cornerback, linebacker, and D-line. They got all of that minusing the corner. That's the only thing they missed, so they only missed one of their team needs. But the main thing that I liked about what they did is them trading up in the second round to get Christian Barmore, D-tackle out of Alabama. He had a first-round grade on him. I don't know why teams did not pick him. And with the Patriots, they already have a stacked defense, or not stacked, but good, really good defense. So I think he's going to fit in perfectly, and all the other guys that they also added are going to work good around him. Now we're getting into losers. The first loser is the LA Rams. As a Rams fan, I do not know what we were doing. We completely did not pay attention to team needs at all. We did not draft a single lineman. I don't get that. We did draft 2 linebackers, which that covers the linebacking part. But, yeah, no, that we're a loser because we did not follow draft team needs. For some reason, I'm not exactly sure, they went ahead and got more wide receivers, another tight end, a running back. Those really aren't needed. So, yeah, not really sure. But the next team that's a loser is the Saints. The Saints, they drafted guys that I like just way too early. I like the DN they got in the first round, Turner. I like the linebacker they got in the second, Warner. And I also like the quarterback that they got, Ian Book out of Notre Dame. Just all those guys are really, really early. Turner's a day 2 guy. Warner, you could probably get him in the third, to be honest. And the quarterback, I like them all, just really, really early. Also now, the next loser is considered the Giants. Now, the Giants, they did draft one of their team needs, a wide receiver at the first pick, but they also did not make the right pick here, in my opinion. Their team need was an edge rusher, O-line, wide receiver, running back, and the tackle. That's crucial because of the fact that when they drafted Tooney, Kwity Paye, Caleb Farley, Darrisaw, Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, Greg Newsome and Rashad Bateman still on the board. Now, the Steelers, I also have them as draft losers, even though they did get Najee Harris, which is one of their team needs. I think that the line was more of a problem than the run game. If you have no line, you can't really establish a run game. They waited way too long to take a lineman. They did not draft any linemen until the third round. And they also, you still do not have a future quarterback for when Ben retires. And I'm also not a fan of taking running backs in the first. So that's just me talking. But another loss here is the Packers. I do like the corner that they did get in the first, but I do not think he was a first-round talent, to be honest with you. And I also do not agree with the pick of the corner because of what's going on right now with Rodgers. Rodgers wanting out. Rodgers said it can be fixed, but it needs to you need to keep him happy. And you go ahead, you draft Jordan Love last year. You go ahead, you draft A.J. Dillon. You don't get him a wide receiver. Elijah Moore, a guy who has the first-round talent, you pass on him to get that corner. That is a problem. You are not helping the case with Rodgers. The Arizona Cardinals now, they are a draft loser because of who they took in the first round. They took Zaven Collins, the linebacker, which is not a team need, and some of the team needs that they do need: corner, wide receiver, O-line, safety, running back. At the time, Rashad Bateman, wide receiver that they needed, corner, or Caleb Farley, corner, Darius Shaw, lineman, and both of the good running backs were still on the board at the time, and they did not take either of them. Now, the last two picks that I have as losers are the Jaguars. You might be thinking that that's crazy. How could they be a loser? They got Trevor Lawrence. They are a loser because I do not like taking running backs in the first round, especially when D-line and safety are also one of your key needs. And the two best Barmore and Mooring were both there, and you passed on him to take the running back. And now the Bengals, they did get Jamar Chase at their pick, but I think that was really, really dumb considering Sewell was still there. Sewell is a franchise guy. Burrow just had an ACL tear. You're going to go ahead and not draft a first-round franchise tackle to protect him? Like, what are you doing here? That is just stupidity. And I get it. They wanted him because he played with Burrow in college. But still, no, you don't do that. So, that is the end of the video with the 8 winners and 8 losers of the NFL 2021 draft. Really good draft all around in the end. Really fun. So, if you guys have any ideas about who you think will win or why a loser should be considered a winner, go ahead and comment that down below. I'd be interesting to read your comments about who you think are winners and why not and all that. So that's really it. If you enjoy the video, make sure to like and sub like it says, and also check out the Instagram, Straight Smoke YT. Bye. We'll see you in the next video.